insects, spiders. They're creepy, they're crawly, and they scare the living heck out of me. But you know what? Sometimes, some characters, some villains, are perfect, themed after various insects, spiders, and creatures of that nature. So today, I would like to talk about my favorite insect and spider themed villains. So, as we all know, when you make a villain themed after spiders or insects, they are much scarier than most other villains. So, let's get started. This is my top 5 list. So, let's start. Okay, so number 1, we are going to start with Fang. He is from the Teen Titans cartoon, and, well, I have to say, what's creepier than a dude who has a spider for a head? It doesn't make any sense. It's completely illogical, but it's scary. He has all the abilities of a human and all the abilities of a spider because he's got the body of a human and the head of the body of a spider. This dude is creepy. Now, I know he was only in like one episode and he didn't return, as far as I remember, for any other episodes. But I just can't help but to think that this guy is scary just because of what he is. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to have a spider for a head, but apparently this guy likes it. Apparently his girlfriend does too, because she kissed him on the spider lips. I don't know how you would do that. Okay, so moving right along to number 2, Tarantulas from Transformers Beast Wars. So Tarantulas is another spider-themed villain, and he is kind of creepy. Not only does he turn into a spider and be able to shoot webs and stuff, he can also fire bullets, like machine guns, from his legs, from his spider legs, in robot mode. So he can rapid fire from them. So he's kind of even though he's not the strongest Predacon, you still would not want to run to him in a dark alley, because he is, 1, he's a spider, and 2, he's a deadly spider. He might not poison you, but he'll riddle you with holes. Unless you're Optimus Prime or any Maximal, any Autobot, you're probably gonna wreck him. But, you know, if you're just a regular person and you run into this guy, you might want to run. Because, I mean, he's kind of scary. Now, he might be extremely incompetent, but he's kind of scary. He's also a bit of a creeper. But that's a story for another day. Okay, so, number 2, Waspinator, also from Transformers Beast Wars. So, Waspinator is hilarious. If you ever watched Beast Wars, this guy he's funny. Yeah, he's a villain. Yeah, he's a bad guy, but at the same time, he's hilarious. And I mean, just so funny that he is, and so incompetent. And he blows up. He gets blown up so often that you just can't wait to see him get blown up again. And his voice is funny. I mean, he basically talks in the third person half the time. I love this guy. He's awesome. And you know, I wish I had an action figure of this dude. I don't, but I wish I did. Maybe someday, am I right? Okay, so number 4, Black Arachnia. Okay, so this one is from Beast Wars and from Transformers Animated. And I know there's been a few Transformers on the list already, but don't worry, we're almost done with the Transformers. So, Black Arachnia, she literally turns into a Black Widow spider. That is her alternate form. And in Animated, she even convinced the Dinobots to work for her for a while. And she is a force to be reckoned with, because you do not want to fight Black Arachnia unless you have some serious fighting skill. Now, in Beast Wars, she wasn't the best fighter. She wasn't the best or most competent Predacon, but she was more effective in battle and with some of her plans than even some of Megatron's plans and Megatron's fights. She was on par with Megatron in what skill she had in a fight and how good some of her plans were. Now again, she lost a lot and was defeated almost every time. But then at the end of Beast Wars, she joins the Maximals. Well, I don't know if it was at the end, but at some point she joins the Maximals, and she becomes essentially a heroic character while still being a creepy, crawly spider that will bite you, that will poison you, that will wrap you up in web, and yeah, it's not pretty if you're one of her victims. But she is a really cool character. I actually do have a Black Naracne action figure from the animated series, and I love that figure. Normally, I am scared to the moon and back of spiders, but I cannot help myself but to love Black Arachnia. She's just that cool. Okay, so, number 5, and our number 1 villain on this list for insect-themed villains is Killer Moth. Now, this guy was awesome. So he's from Teen Titans again. And yes, he's had other appearances in Batman cartoons and stuff, but those never did him justice. In Teen Titans, Killer Moth was killer. This guy, he was a brutal, effective villain for the most part. I mean, like all the villains on this list, he was defeated in the end, but he didn't give up. He came back for at least one more episode, maybe 2, and some of his plans almost worked. I mean, he got close. He tried to make his daughter date Robin, and it almost went according to plan. But then she went back to the spider guy, Fang. But Killer Moth almost took over the entire city at one point in that cartoon. This dude means business. And yeah, he themed after moths. Moths are small creatures. They're not that scary unless you make them bigger. And this dude made them bigger. He created mutant moths that wreaked havoc on the city, that were extremely deadly and vicious creatures. He knew what he was doing. He was creating moth monsters. And he was out to get anyone that stood in his way. He wanted revenge on Robin. He wanted to destroy the Teen Titans. He wanted to just kill things. And if any insect-themed villain was truly awesome and epic, in my opinion, it was Killer Moth. So, yeah, those are my top 5 insect and spider-themed villains. I have to make an honorable mention here, Scorponok, because Scorponok from Transformers, I mean, he was just so dedicated to Megatron, you couldn't believe it. Second honorable mention was the ant transformer, the fire ant, Inferno from Beast Wars, because Inferno, I just love it when he ticks off Megatron by calling him my queen. Alright, so that's everything I gotta say about insect team villains. Sorry, this was mostly Transformers, but hey, at least number 5 was something else, right? Something awesome, something truly, truly cool. Alright, well hey, see you around, and you got suggestions for more videos like this? Let me know. Alright, have a nice day, and try not to step on any ants today. They don't like it when you do that. Bye-bye.